From the All Indiana Podcast Network.
The All Indiana Podcast Network.
This is the News 8 Daily 8.
Now the latest news.
Kylie Conway has all the news you need to know.
And more.
Please stand by.
This episode of News 8 Daily 8 is presented by Downtown Indy.
Now, here's Wish TV's Kylie Conway.
Hi, good morning. This is Kylie Conway, and this is the News 8 Daily 8 for Monday, October 12th. Skies stay mostly cloudy for the day. Cold front tracks through the state during the afternoon. There is a slight chance we could see some scattered showers from that front, but it'll be on the lighter side. A breezy day with highs in the upper 70s, close to 80. In just 24 hours, 4 people are dead, 7 others wounded in 8 shootings and a stabbing. The scenes were scattered all across Indy from late Saturday night through this morning. The new deaths mean Indianapolis has shattered its grim mark of most homicides in a single year. The most recent shooting happened around midnight last night. Officers found a man and woman shot at a home along 34th Street and Emerson Avenue. Someone shot another person at the same address around 8 o'clock last night. Police say all 3 are stable at the hospital. Both shootings are being investigated as 2 separate incidents. Hours earlier, 2 people were at an apartment complex near Thompson Road and Kentucky Avenue just before 6:30. Officers found 1 person in serious condition and 1 in critical. Police said 1 of those victims died. Before that, just around noon, a man was found fatally stabbed outside a Subway restaurant near 38th and Illinois. And at that same time, officers rushed to the 8700 block of Masters Road. Witnesses say a man got out of a moving car and was found lying on the road. And less than a mile away, police found a woman shot in the driver's seat of a car that crashed into a building. She died there at the scene. Police have not provided any of the identities of the people shot. Anyone with information about any of these, you're asked to call police or Crime Stoppers. Police say this is 160 intentional homicides now, which is 1 more than the record set in 2018. Now an all-time high with a total of 186 homicides with still several months to go in the year. Tonight, the Indianapolis Marion County Council will consider a plan to give civilians more oversight of IMPD. Right now, the Oversight Board has 3 people on it, appointed by the chief and police union. The proposal calls for increasing that to a 7-member board, including 4 with no ties to police. The council would appoint 2 of them, and the mayor would select the other 2. A Supreme Showdown confirmation hearings begin this morning for President Trump's Supreme Court pick. Indiana Senators Mike Braun and Todd Young introduced Judge Barrett, Judge Amy Coney Barrett this morning, along with Notre Dame law professor Patty O'Hara. Judge Barrett will then take the oath and give her opening statement before the Senate Judiciary Committee. She's likely gearing up for a grilling on Capitol Hill. She released her opening statement publicly yesterday and is expected to focus on her family, faith, and how her mentor, the late Justice Antonin Scalia, influenced her. She says his judicial philosophy was straightforward. Quote, "A judge must apply the law as written, not as the judge wishes it were." She went on to say, "The courts have a vital responsibility to enforce the rule of law, which is critical to a free society. But courts are not designed to solve every problem or right every wrong in our public life." She also says that when the president offered her the nomination, that, quote, "I was deeply honored, but it was not a position I had sought out, and I thought carefully before accepting." Judge Barrett also recognizes she is nominated to fill Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg's seat and says she is forever grateful for her and no one will ever take her place. Democrats on the Judiciary Committee say they do not intend to ask Barrett questions about her personal views or private religious views. Instead, Democrats will use the hearings as an opportunity to mobilize voters on key issues like health care. The High Court is set to hear a case on the Affordable Care Act a week after the election. Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer points to a 2017 Law Review article that suggests Barrett saw the Supreme Court decision upholding parts of the Affordable Care Act as illegitimate. There have been calls for delaying any hearing to fill the vacancy until after the election, and Democrats spent the weekend urging Republicans to back that. So far, only Senators Susan Collins and Lisa Murkowski have expressed their opposition. That leaves Republicans with 51 votes, which is just enough to confirm Barrett. You can watch the confirmation hearings right now in full on wishtv.com and on our Facebook page.
Searching for a romantic summer getaway? Escape with Rich Girl Summer, the new Audible original from Lily Chu. The exquisitely talented Philippa Sue, returning to narrate her 5th Lily Chu title. This time, Philippa is joined by her real-life husband, Stephen Pasquale. Set in Toronto's wealthy cottage country, aka the Hamptons of Canada, Rich Girl Summer follows the story of Valerie, a down-on-her-luck event planner posing as a socialite's long-lost daughter, while piecing together the secrets surrounding a mysterious family and falling deeper and deeper in love with the impossibly hard-to-read and infuriatingly handsome family assistant, Nico. Caught between pretending to belong and unexpectedly finding where she truly fits in, Valerie learns her summer is about to get far more complicated than she ever planned. She's in over her head and head over heels. Listen to Rich Girl Summer now on Audible. Go to audible.com/richgirlsummer.
The White House now says President Trump wants to debate Democratic challenger Joe Biden in person this week. The debate was initially scheduled to happen this Thursday in Miami. The debate commission, as you'll remember, decided to turn it into a virtual event because of the president's COVID-19 status. Trump refused to agree to that change, and Biden scheduled his own event. Biden's campaign says President Trump does not get to reset the calendar on his own. Biden's campaign has booked him for a town hall Thursday. The Trump campaign says the president also plans to hold a town hall that night if an in-person debate is not possible. And it is scheduled to be a busy week on the campaign trail for the president. He's set to make stops each day. This will be his first time publicly campaigning since being diagnosed with coronavirus. Today, the president heads to Florida. Tomorrow, he makes a stop in Pennsylvania before rallies in Iowa on Wednesday and North Carolina on Thursday. The president's doctor says he is no longer at risk for transmitting COVID-19, but he's not said when the president last tested negative for the virus. And Joe Biden is making a campaign visit to Ohio today. His campaign says he'll be making a speech in Toledo. He'll then head to Cincinnati for a voter mobilization event. Last week, Biden extended his advertising presence in several rural Ohio counties. In Marion County, election officials say more people are heading to polls for early voting than in 2008 and 2016. The Marion County Clerk's office says 1,240 people voted on the first day of early voting this year compared to 986 in 2016, and the number was 678 in 2008. People marched in a bipartisan event yesterday in Indianapolis to encourage voting. Indiana Congressman Andre Carson believes voting early is a good option during the coronavirus pandemic. Marion County election officials say more early voting locations will open after October 24th. The state health department is reporting the highest coronavirus case count to date. The rise in cases is reported each day on the state's COVID-19 dashboard. Yesterday, health officials announced 1,579 new cases in the state. On Saturday, officials announced nearly 2,000 new cases, a record high. In total, 134,981 people in the state have been diagnosed with the coronavirus. 3,562 people have died related to COVID-19. Today, Franklin College restarts in-person classes. Classes were virtual last week after a rise in cases among student athletes. The school says it has now doubled its testing of athletes and that the current infection rate is 8%. Administrators say they'll place some limits on sports and will expand testing to more non-athletes as well. Students in Westfield will learn from home today and tomorrow because of problems with technology and ventilation. A letter from the district says technology, devices, and systems are not working. The letter also refers to HVAC issues that may prevent airflow and filtration necessary to prevent the spread of the coronavirus. Westfield Washington schools have been on a hybrid learning format since August. The district says it'll provide another update tomorrow night. Lakers fans are celebrating a world title. It was quite the scene outside the Staples Center in Los Angeles, some 2,500 miles away from where the Lakers clinched the NBA championship last night. Some of the revelry got out of hand. Witnesses say some threw rocks and bottles at officers, and officers fired beanbag rounds. The Lakers closed out the Heat in the bubble in Florida. It's a milestone moment for the franchise. 17th title, tying the Lakers with the Celtics for most all time. LeBron James earned the MVP award with a triple-double in the clinching game. Several Lakers mentioned the late Kobe Bryant in their post-game thoughts, and Vanessa Bryant posted on her Instagram story saying she wishes Kobe and Gigi, her daughter, were here to see it. The win will make Pacer fans happy in one way. Well-liked former coach Frank Vogel is now the Lakers' head coach. This is his first championship. The Colts are now 3-2 on the season after a loss to the Cleveland Browns. The Colts trailed by 10 at halftime. The Browns opened the third quarter with a pick six on Phillip Rivers. The Colts answered in the next kickoff when Isaiah Rodgers found a hole for a 101-yard touchdown return. Wasn't enough for a full comeback. The Colts fall to the Browns 32-23. This has been your News 8 Daily 8 for Wish TV. I'm Kylie Conway, online at wishtv.com, and follow us on Facebook when you search Wish TV.
This episode of News 8 Daily 8 is presented by Downtown Indy.
Check out more podcasts from the All Indiana Podcast Network now. at allindianapodcastnetwork.com.
allindianapodcastnetwork.com.